So welcome back. Welcome back to the homeless broker experience. So we're about to go into day 5. One second here. Let me situate this camera, right? We're gonna go into day 5. However, uh, I've already retitled the series, right? So the new title is uh, "It Doesn't Get Broker Than This." So I came up with the new title after having a conversation with my older sister who lives in New York, and us brainstorming over the name, right? And it's clever, it's witty, it's a double entendre, and it matches my personality, right? Because I like telling a lot of dad jokes, uh, and it just goes hand in hand with everything that I'm dealing with. And it kind of masks the overall concepts. So we're gonna see how it plays out. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get into day 5. I just finished having an extensive conversation with a friend who is also experiencing some challenging circumstances in a totally different part of the world. So we're gonna see how many episodes we can squeeze in today. Today is day, I want to say, let me see, today is the 26th. So 30, 31, that's 61 plus 26 is 87, day 87 of as of today, right? And I'm going back to day 5. So I am trying to maintain a recording process that covers more than one day per shoot. Um, and then eventually, as time passes, I am going to start grouping based on where I've stayed over time. But basically, I'm going to try to do what I can to catch up to where I'm at now, so that ultimately these streams are live and actual updates instead of going back in retrospect, and I'm actually capturing the essence of everything that I'm dealing with, um, and everything that I'm in process of rebuilding, recreating, because day in and day out, I'm in a constant state of creation now that I'm documenting everything and things are starting to unfold, right? One more thing, let me wipe this because I was going to use the other camera and I didn't wipe the front lens. All right, so anyways, let me go ahead and get into it. That should be much better. And let's go into day 5. Oh, that was, okay, let's see. All right, so let's look at day 5. Good morning, Aroa. I didn't rest as well as I thought I would last night. However, the audio that I was listening to did penetrate my dreams in a good way, I believe. I think that's pretty cool. For today, I'm hoping to successfully pawn the iMac for some decent money so I can get the 194 for the gym, 373 for child support, 60 for the phone bills, 50 for gas, and at least another 100 for the girls' school snacks. That should be able to hold us over until Oak Ridge closes. Then the printer gets installed this afternoon, which I am super excited about because we will be delivering CMAs ASAP. After that, I will be preparing for Margaret's appointments tomorrow afternoon. And then I'll be prioritizing the appointment with Muhammad over the weekend. Let's make it a great day. I love you. All right, so that was day 5, and let's see what the video has to say. Okay, good morning. Good morning. It is Tuesday, September 6th. No, September 5th. Getting up. I'm gonna go just had some water. Gonna go brush my teeth and get ready for the day. Hopefully I get to shower at Valerie's house. before heading out to take the girls to school. But overnight, I came up with the thought and the conclusion that I'm gonna go ahead and take the risk and pawn my iMac computer, hold on to the MacBook Pro, just so I can get a couple things taken care of. Primarily get the phone taken care of. Hopefully I get enough to process a child support payment, and then hopefully I also get enough to take care of the gym membership as well. I'm gonna drop a couple notes before going to brush my teeth, and then I'm gonna have a kick-ass day regardless of what happens. Have a great day, everybody. Peace. Love you. All right. So, at this point in time, I was obviously uh, living check to check, right? The last check that I had received before this, I took care, a good chunk of it was throwing at past due bills and, just patchwork and getting everything caught up. And then I also made the decision to invest into my real estate coaching program, which you know, maybe I couldn't afford to do it, but most importantly, I couldn't afford not to do it, right? And that's something to go a little bit deeper into later on. I'm not going to reveal who I selected to be my real estate coach yet. However, I will say that aside from everything that I attribute that has allowed me to remain positive throughout this experience. The power of positive thinking, power of the subconscious mind, thinking and growing rich. All of this content, all of this material that I have consumed over the years from the beginning of my personal development journey up until now, um, I definitely attribute to a lot of what I learned in recent months through my real estate coach, right? Which I believe was attracted through the power of the subconscious mind, and aligned a lot with what I was learning from from April 1st of last year of 2022. Uh, Everything that is transpiring now, I said what we are in day 87 of since September 1st, right? Day 87 at the time of this recording. But now I'm starting to see the what I would call the magic, which is not literally magic, but I'm seeing the power of God, the strength of God, the miracles of God, right, working in my life, and all these little ironies and little what other people would refer to as coincidences happening, right? So desperate times calls for desperate measures. On this day, I successfully pawned my iMac Pro, not iMac Pro, my iMac computer desktop, right? Unfortunately, I was not able to get as much as I anticipated, simply because the the way pawn shops work. I don't know too much details, but they only give you up to a certain percentage of the item's value. So either way, I was willing to risk it because we were like this close to closing a deal, which was projected to have earned enough that would have allowed me to afford to get it back, right? Instead of having to buy a whole new system. So I'm gonna let time pass as I go through these days to show you whether or not I had gotten access to my iMac. For instance, obviously, again, I'm here at the Melrose Center. This is not my iMac. This is not my equipment. But yeah, so I successfully pawned that. I remember I only got about $350 dollars for that day. I was able to take care of a portion of the things that I had mentioned, but not everything. And oh boy, that was a tragic day. I look at my iMac as a command center, right? And it's where I get 99.9% of my best work done there. I've had it since 2020, and I love working on iMac systems. So that was a tragic day for me. It was a sacrifice I was willing to make. Hey, you got to risk it for the biscuit, right? So, yeah, pretty much did that. Uh, Took care of a portion of the child support payment, at least so that my license isn't suspended again, right? For those of you who don't know, I've had that happen to me twice, and at the very least, I've just been trying to take care of what I can to avoid that from happening again while staying in business. So ultimately, this journey has revolved around me protecting my business in order for me to stay in business, and sacrificing myself as a result. Um, yeah, pretty much was able to take care of those items in increments, and then. I think I may have mentioned it in previous days, but finally we had gotten to the day. On this day was the day that the printer that I ordered through a cross corporate guarantee with my two entities was delivered and installed. And boom, at least it allowed me to do what I had to do in that moment based on my coaching program, and I was able to print CMAs, deliver them, and yeah. So now I'm gonna open up the night email if I happen to send an email that same night, which I did, and I'm going to read this email. Okay, so this is nighttime. All right. Hey Aroa, today was a forward moving day. The printer got delivered and installed, and it's amazing. I was able to print 25 CMAs and didn't have to staple any of them myself. Super grateful for figuring it out with $0 out of pocket. It's go time all day. As soon as the girls get out of school, the challenge begins. I'm glad, and I was able to pawn the iMac to cover basic needs, and I'm working to get it back ASAP. Tomorrow I'll be bringing my A game to make sure I over deliver for Margaret and prepare myself for the weekend. Appreciate you. I love you. Have a great night. All right, let's check this out.
All right, so today's the end of day 5. Day 5 went great, went phenomenal. Got the printer set up. What? 25 CMAs printed and ready to go to continue the drop off challenge tomorrow. So, spent a good chunk of change talking to Allison before the end of the night, for some accountability and getting the day mapped out for tomorrow. So I'm super excited about that. And yeah, shared with her this idea, um, of the journaling, the video journaling every morning and every night. And yeah, things are definitely looking hopeful. As bad as they are is also as good as they are. So I'm gonna drop a couple notes in the email and call it a night. Love you. Bye.
All right. All right. So yeah, as you can imagine, uh, you know, hey, as bad as things were as good as they were, right? So a lot of duality there. Um, you know, stayed going to sleep with a positive mental attitude and focusing on things one day at a time. So, um, day 5 passed, got the printer installed, again, $0 out of pocket. Um, and I can definitely connect anybody who's in need of that resource. It was something that I wanted to obtain for the purpose of, basically, since leaving Compass, I no longer had access to the office and or tools and resources. So I had to replace them on my own and navigate through figuring out how to do that, right? And that was without having a place to stay, without having an office, and just, hey, working with what you got, and figuring things out along the way. So um, since then it's been located, again, I'll go a little bit more into detail as time passes. But for now, that's day 5. That wraps up day 5. And we're going to go ahead and knock out day 6 before it's time to go. So um, if you have any insight, any comments, I would love to hear from you guys. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate everybody who's reached out with full-blown support since the first few drops, and I'm going to keep these videos coming. So I look forward to hearing from y'all, and we'll talk soon.